Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for the new week, the 27th of December 2020 to the 2nd of January 2021. We have a Degas moment Thursday and Friday on the and Degas actually is our rune for Saturday. So the idea of one phase ending and another beginning this week should probably be the theme for the whole week. We have one active channel, a human design channel this week. It's on Wednesday through Sunday, so nothing Sunday through Tuesday, and that's the channel of mutation. It sort of combines gate 3 difficulty at the beginning or ordering with gate 60, which is limitation and acceptance. It involves change initiated by moodiness and melancholy, and represents the ebb and flow of emotional adaptation to new experiences, as well as balancing order with chaos. So that's kind of a running theme the last half of the week. But for today, the 27th of December, Sunday, we have a 9 energy for the day, 3 for the month, 22 for the year, which we're not going to be able to say much longer, are we? The rune for Sunday is Yura, or it's unfolding awareness, basically. It's harvest, fertility. It's Kenaz, forward and reverse, so the light of spirit. We also have Kenaz here on, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, on Tuesday. But basically this is an as above, so below rune, so it's spirit infusing everything in transformative balance, basically. The geomancy rune for Sunday is Caput Draconis, or the head of the dragon. So we're talking the north node of the moon and new beginnings and the future and the impact of all of it on the future. And the moon is in Gemini. So a new cycle is beginning, and you're on the threshold of new perceptions and experiences. Express yourself with kindness and generosity, offering compassion and sympathy to those who are experiencing difficulty and loss. You're a sensitive soul, and although the moon is in chatty Gemini, a sesqua square between the moon and Pluto suggests difficulty with sharing your feelings with others today. It could be a passing thing, or it may be that you need a better strategy when approaching others. If involving women in your life, it may be that your own sensitivity and lack of integration prevent you from perceiving others in a balanced manner. And the integration I'm talking about there is the integration of ego with spirit. The Earth's position in Sunday's human design chart reinforces the need for self-restraint to redefine your strategic approach, while the Sun's position suggests remaining indifferent to outside influence. Maintain your own rhythm and awareness on Sunday of how timing may influence your responses, and be ready to support others in their own growth. Now, there's also an aspect pattern, a couple of 3-point stelliums, that are in effect now. I think it's just Jupiter, Saturn, and Pallas that it's in effect all week. But the Sun, Vulcan, and Mercury may be as well. We'll just see as we go along. The Jupiter, Saturn, Pallas one involves a strategic approach surrounding balancing freedom with restriction. And the Sun, Vulcan, and Mercury's 3-point stellium involves breaking down barriers to effective communication and self-assertion. How stelliums are created, it's there. You've got these 3 planets or 4 planets or however many, but it takes 3 to be in conjunction with one another. So they're sitting right next to one another, and so they're so close that they're impacting one another. Which we've been talking about, the Jupiter Capricorn conjunction, which has actually been conjunct for a long time and will continue to be so for a while. But we just had the really close one on the 21st, where it was the closest it's been in forever. And so anyway, but that's what we're talking about. When they come together like that, it's a powerful interaction, and you can use the information surrounding them to kind of help guide you. And I like looking at them, maybe more than any others. I like yods too, and there's a couple of yods this week too. So anyhow, Monday, the 28th of December, 2020, we have a 3 energy for the month again, 1 energy for the day, and 22 for the year. We have Nothis, the friction within. It's the Norn rune of the future for the for the Elder Futhark rune. And then we have Puella, or scattered little girl energy for the geomancy rune. And all that means is that you're very curious, and it's a positive type of scatteredness. But at the same time, you might want to use the friction within to sort of harness some of that. The moon is still in Gemini. With so many choosing to ignore COVID restrictions and traveling over the Christmas holiday, the effect of their scattered thinking will take time to be known, in terms of how many people get sick. Use the energy of Nathis, or the friction within, to stay vigilant in protecting yourself and others from contracting the virus. It may feel as if the weight of the world is on your shoulders. However, know that you have the strength and leadership to set the standard for others to follow. An opposition between the moon and Venus reinforces the conflict over COVID precautions, and you may feel uncomfortable if around others who refuse to comply. Avoid reacting emotionally so that you don't incite the same in others. Focus instead on what you need to accomplish while keeping yourself and those around you safe. Let's see, make the best of limitation and focus on that which is of true value today, on Monday rather. Align with others in a manner that preserves truth and a shared path forward with discipline and restraint. Realize that it will take time for others to understand the greater picture, and that growth may arise from unexpected situations or challenges. And that's the human design and I Ching information for Monday, the 28th of December. And again, we've got the same stelliums are in effect. Let's see, for Tuesday now, the 29th of December, let me get those runes out. We have, with the 29th, we have an 11 energy, so the master number for illumination, with a 3-month and a 22 years, so 2 master numbers there on Tuesday. As we're approaching the end of the month, the rune is Kenaz, or the torch, or the spirit within. Spirit expression, basically, illumination, awakening, all of that. And we have Laetitia, which is joy. So we awaken to joy on this illuminating 11 energy day in this cosmic builder 22 year. Anyway, it's tempting to look at the days. We're actually, the moon is in Gemini until Cancer, early in the morning at 2:29 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, no human design channels active until tomorrow. So we have a little moon change here into Cancer, but it's tempting to look at the day's 11 numerology of awakening combined with the illumination and clarity with Kenaz, and suggest that we find joy, Laetitia, when we awaken to the spirit presence within. How about that, combining all of them together? That's what I try to do in the first paragraph, by the way, is combine those 3 things together, the numerology and the runes together. And then the moon gets its own paragraph, and then the human design I Ching stuff gets its own paragraph. So that's how this is actually broken down rather. But anyway, that may indeed be what you experience today, though, as you awaken to new perceptions based upon what your higher self already knows to be true. Now that the moon has traveled into nurturing Cancer, an aspect with the sun impacting self-assertion may be at odds with showing compassion toward others. Although your own past experiences and woundings could provide insight to others, it may be best to listen instead of offering advice that could be perceived as insensitive on Tuesday. Tuesday's a Mars energy day, so you've got to guard against that. Now that the moon has traveled into, let's see, I already said that. Remain flexible as the day progresses and listen to your inner voice if limitations arise while remaining focused on your objective. If your position is unclear, take time to explain your viewpoint to others in a way that defends without becoming defensive. And that's the human design I Ching information for Tuesday, the 29th of December. Again, it's the Mars effect that's sort of affecting the entire although I don't have any aspects with Mars here in the moon, but still that I listed. But again, stelliums, the same ones, Jupiter, Saturn, Pallas, Sun, Vulcan, Mercury, and we have an additional yod on Tuesday with the moon as the focal point with Juno, Jupiter, and Saturn. Jupiter and Saturn are so conjunct, they're sort of on one position there, suggesting balancing your emotional needs with those of others. Important when you do that, though, to remember to take care of your own needs as well. Otherwise, especially on a Tuesday, you can get a little resentful of having to be compassionate to others when they're not doing it for you. It's like you don't have enough reserves there to sustain yourself. Well, actually, yeah, you do. So just know that. Wednesday, the 30th of December, 2020, we have a 3 energy for the month, 1 for the 3 for the day, and a 22 for the year. Othala, or tradition and ancestry and all of that. We've got Ingus at the top and Gebo at the bottom of Othala there. But that's the 24th rune of the Elder Futhark, and so you're really looking at how it's about sacred space and ancestral heritage and balance and loyalty and security and peace, inheritance, and all of that. So it has quite a lot of energy to it. Here we have Fortuna Major, so really some success along those lines, perhaps greater fortune along those lines, or realizing that Othala is our greatest fortune of all, maybe. The moon's in Cancer on Thursday, or Wednesday rather, I'm sorry, and again the channel of mutation begins on Wednesday. So success is possible today through a focus upon details. That said, avoid micromanaging others, which everyone hates, relying again instead on your own imaginative approach to solve challenges that may arise. Should self-doubt occur, it may surround an imbalance between your thoughts and emotional awareness, potentially affecting decisions that are made on on Wednesday. Intuition, however, is also high on Wednesday, and you should use that inner awareness to find a creative solution that involves input from others. The channel of mutation is active beginning on Wednesday through Saturday, signaling the need to strike an emotional balance between order and chaos. If you're unable to remain calm, irrespective of what's happening, you may need to retreat for a bit to regain your composure on Wednesday. Through focused analysis, you should achieve a greater level of clarity and understanding, and at that point, your decision process should become more clear. Respect the boundaries of others and move forward together from a shared perspective or foundation. And that's information from the Human Design and I Ching chart for Wednesday, the 30th of December. Now, the yod's not in effect, however, on Wednesday, just the stelliums, the same two. Let's see. Thursday, the 31st of December, the beginning of our Degas moment, even though the Degas rune is not until Saturday. Let's get those runes out here. We have a numerology of 4. The rune, the Elder Futhark rune is Ingus, the 22nd rune of the Elder Futhark. It aligns with the year, so the seed of potential is coming here. Acquisitio is gain. And so, we are going to gain from some potential today, on Thursday rather, not today. Well, maybe. And we are in Cancer. The moon's in Cancer until it travels into Leo toward the end of the morning at 10:59 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, the Human Design channel for Thursday is mutation. So unexpected growth may find its potential on Thursday if you remain grounded in strong values, but if you remain grounded in a strong values-based perspective. Avoid overconfidence and excess while remaining focused on achieving new objectives or goals on Thursday. The moon travels from nurturing Cancer to warm and generous Leo in late morning, and your focus may turn to spending time with others. That said, if impatience or intolerance surfaces, Thursday is a Jupiter day, and so things can get bigger. That desire may be controlled by others, leaving you to feel abandoned and left out. So you might want to spend others, but if you're a little time with others, but if you're too impatient, maybe they're not going to want you to do that. So be certain that you have no agenda, and if others need your sensitivity and compassion, respond with love and support on Thursday. Use discretion in your interactions with others if confrontation or self-assertion does become necessary, so that you don't alienate others. There may be more going on than you realize, and input from others may be necessary to fully understand the situation on Thursday. Know that respect for boundaries could open up new channels of communication, so take the time necessary for that trust to build before asserting yourself with others. That day on Thursday, the 31st of December, the last day of the year 2020. And that's information from the Human Design and I Ching chart. Again, no yod on Thursday, but both Jupiter, Saturn, and Pallas, and Sun, Vulcan, Mercury stelliums are in effect. And again, those are power interactions. So, breaking down barriers to effective communication and self-assertion, a strategic approach to balancing freedom with restriction, that's the power energies that you can use to your advantage throughout the week. Friday, the first day of January, Happy New Year 2021. We have a 1 energy for the month, a 1 energy for the day, and a 5 for the year. So we change completely. And we have all ye's. Oh, I should put this back. We have all ye's for the and this is the bridge to higher consciousness. Basically, it's a protection rune. Um, is the Elder Futhark rune for Friday. And Pur, we had Puella earlier in the week. This is the complement Pur. It's little boy energy. Now, it's a little more about a lacking impulse control. The scattered energy of Puella is not really like that. She's fine with that. But the little boy energy, I raised two boys, so I know about this. So, they get going and, they're like, oh, let's go do this. And pretty soon, the youngest is coming in and said, I can't be trusted with this knife. I'm like, how did you get this? Yeah, and because he's got a cut, and so yes, I understand little boy energy all too well. So let's see. And so yesterday we transitioned into Leo in, what was it, the late morning? Yeah, almost 11 o'clock in the morning. We're fully in Leo on Friday. So that may magnify the poor energy. I don't know. And then we also have the channel of mutation active on Friday as well. So as the new year begins, again, Happy New Year. This is the time for a new revolution on behalf of a unified path. I love that. Transmute ego into spirit on Friday by allowing perceptions to shift to a higher level of perception to stabilize and protect a new direction forward. A yod on Friday between the moon, the sun, and Ceres indicates that you may feel misunderstood by others, women in particular. This signals the need to express yourself in a manner that keeps your ego in balance with your emotions. That's kind of really a running theme all week long, really, I think. If this yod affects your career, asserting yourself in a more balanced way may foster a more harmonious work environment and furthering your success, really. With that in mind, the goal on Friday should be on alignment and integration with others so that you approach challenges together. With the new year beginning to on let's see, Friday. I have today written, but I need to switch it so it doesn't sound like I'm talking about today all of the time. But anyway, with the new year beginning on Friday, the potential for success is there if you remain adaptable to input or guidance from others with more experience, as well as realistic about all that you have to offer. And that's the human design information, I Ching information for Friday the 1st. And again, reminder, we do have a yod with a moon as the focal point. And so it's basically the sun and Ceres effect on the moon. They're in sextile with one another, so they're getting along. But they don't really understand, and the moon doesn't really understand them. So they're in conjunct or quincunx with one another. And so there's a little bit of, like, okay, we're going to try and influence the moon and the emotions that day on Friday the 1st. And then both power stelliums are in effect for Friday. And lastly, Saturday, the 2nd of January, 2021, we have a numerology of 1, 2, and 5, 2 for the day, 1 for the year. January signals new beginnings. We have Degas for the rune for Saturday. So one phase ends and another one begins. It's a new day. All doors are open, all of that. We have Conjunctio for the Geomancy rune, which is joining or union with others. We are in Leo for the moon until Virgo in the afternoon, late afternoon at 5:13 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, the Human Design channel for Saturday, the 2nd of January 2021, is mutation. So as one phase has ended and another is now beginning, all options are available on Saturday. Pay attention to synchronicities and align with others to move forward with intelligence, creativity, and harmony. The moon travels into Virgo toward the end of the afternoon, and you may feel your self-confidence and motivation increasing. Guard against losing objectivity and obsessing too much over details. Instead, you're going to want to focus on creating an environment that nurtures the talents of both yourself and others as a means of gaining recognition from superiors. Evaluate your progress as you go and welcome opposition that challenges you to think outside the box. Accept guidance from those with more experience, but be ready to take a more pragmatic approach if your own security is an issue. In other words, incorporate a risk versus reward mindset so that you don't impede success. And that's the Human Design and I Ching information for Saturday, the 2nd of January, 2021. Oh my gosh, we're finally at a new year. So there's also a grand trine on that day, no yod, but the trine is between the moon, Venus, and Mars, so easy relationships between that. And, then the same two power stelliums. So yes, the both of them are active. I was thinking that the Sun, Vulcan, and Mercury might pull off, but no, it didn't. So both are active all week long. Um, Again, we're still feeling the effect, I think, of the uh, Jupiter Saturn conjunction. I really think that how we see freedom and restriction going forward, they're a counterbalance to one another. If we balance them right, then maybe we begin to see the wisdom of wearing a mask, to try to quell the virus as much as we can, especially since people don't seem to be staying home over the holidays. So once again, we could see outbreaks all over the place. I guess one hospital in southern Southern California, I think the LA area somewhere, LA County or somewhere, I don't know. There's no ICU beds space available. They've got, I guess their waiting area now is in a tent outside the building. They've got stuff stored in the gift shop. They've moved more ER facilities out into what would normally be the lobby. This is what they're having to do, and these people, these heroes, are exhausted. So we could have stayed home, but oh no, I guess people decided not to do that. And so for those of you who did, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing the right thing. I really think it's going to be on us going forward to set the standard for all of this, since we're willing to do it. We're willing to look at science instead of, conspiracy. We got to figure that out going forward, because that's really been part of the issue here, is looking at conspiracy things as if it's gospel, basically, and putting all your faith there. If anything, the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction is going to be about discernment and figuring out a balance between, what seems to soothe our ego or stimulate our ego and what's actually true. All right. And I think that, grandiosity versus, a little bit of common sense maybe is another way to look at this conjunction that we're going to be experiencing this interchange for some time here. So let's get it right. Let's get it right, and do this on behalf of not only yourself but others, and to just try to keep everybody safe going forward, to try to stop the virus in its tracks and reduce the amount of people and reduce the impact on the hospitals and the first responders. They're literally at their end, right? I don't know how they're still functioning. So many have gotten the virus as a result. And I just think that at minimum, can't we just wear a mask if for no other reason, for them and what they've done to take care of our families and our neighbors and even strangers we don't even know? Can't we just agree to do that going forward into the new year for a while? Because we're going to still have to wear it, even if you get the vaccine. They're saying you're still going to have to do it. So we might as well just get used to this and just, not gripe about it. It's just the way it is right now. So, figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's it. Have a good week, you guys, and Happy New Year. And many, many blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for watching these and coming by for the Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune videos and the Magical Musings and the Back Porch Herbal and all of that we're doing. I may do one on my most recent book, Shifting Perceptions, because I think maybe some of the particularly some of the ritual and meditations might be helpful to shift your perception out of the ego and into spirit, because that's what we are. So we may talk a little bit about that, and I might do a couple of episodes on that, just to kind of get people to be thinking about things a different way. Again, shifting their perception. So look for that to come up in the next couple of weeks or so, or in the next month. I want to get it done though sooner than later. So, but I'll let you know. And this is going to this has already gone out in newsletter form. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, go over to Stepping Aside at I'mSteppingAside.com. It's on the left side panel. Just kind of scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. Put your email in and it just goes to my newsletter software, and I do my newsletter and I hit send. And so I put this, I put the bind rune. The bind rune for the week is this. It's about breaking down barriers to fellowship and joy. So that's going to be the new bind rune. Look for that over on the side panel as well. The video is going to go up there as well. And I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else that I need to tell you about. Oh, I finished the shawl I was crocheting, so that's pretty cool. That turned out really nice. You can see that if you go over to my Facebook page. But anyway, thanks a lot, and be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask if you go out around anyone at all, no matter where you are, inside or out. Have a mask on, please, and blessed be.